Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Super Bowl 49 has concluded safely. Hopefully, it stays that way for the rest of the evening. What's very curious about this game is just before kickoff, it was announced that Ann Mara, part owner of the New York football Giants, died. And right away, this gave me the creeps because on the World Series, I showed how the Giants and all that was connected to this year's coming Super Bowl. The baseball Giants won the World Series. The New York, the New York Giants are, of course, in the NFL, and they are the team that played the New England Patriots the last time they were in Glendale, Arizona. So the last time Tom Brady and the Patriots were here for the Super Bowl, they faced Ann Mara and her New York Giants. And we'll get into her name gematria, which is also curious. Anne, with simple English gematria, is 29, and Mara, however you want to pronounce it, is 33. Put it together, it's 62, like the word Mason. And if you read about her, she had 11 children. All 11 of her children are still alive. Today's date numerology was that of 11. And her death right away made me think of Philip Seymour Hoffman dying just before the Super Bowl last year. Also, what's curious is that her name gematria, for her official birth name, Anne Maria Teresa Mum, with Pythagorean gematria, sums to 82, like the word Seattle. So it was yet another sad event connected to this Super Bowl from the state of Watt, or at least that in some way had a connection to Seattle. We had the school shooting in Marysville, which seemed to have a connection. We had the Oso landslide, which seemed to have a connection. And here we have the death of the New York Giants owner. And also on my blog from earlier this year, there was this really strange article. Here, let me show this to you. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Well, here, it's not from my blog, but this is the same story I wrote about. There was this story involving the number 46, and it was another one of these police officers with the green screen, and there was a story about Giants and Seahawks football game. And again, just another one of those New York-Seattle connections. So, as I said a moment ago, her death just before the Super Bowl reminded me of the death of Philip Seymour Hoffman last year. He died on the 33rd day of the year, February 2nd. And he died on the fourth floor with 44 bags of heroin. What's interesting is his Pythagorean name gematria is 117, which reminded me of the news yesterday about Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown. The name Bobby Christina Brown is 86, but if you add Houston, it's plus 31, so it's also 117 with Houston hyphen, just like Philip Seymour Hoffman's name. It just makes me wonder, these close tragedies and close proximity to the Super Bowl with similar numerology. And that's pretty much the extent of it, True Seeker. Tom Brady improves to 4 wins, 2 losses in Super Bowls. 4-2, a lot like 42, meaning of life number. And he also has a new record. And I had this prediction from a couple weeks back. I think I mentioned it in another video post as well. I thought Tom Brady would either in the Super Bowl throw 0 touchdown passes and lose, or throw 4 and win. And as it turns out, he did throw 4 and win. And why did I think this? He came into the game with 49 touchdown passes, already a record for the playoffs. And I thought if he finished there, that would make sense, finishing with 49 and Super Bowl 49. I also thought if the Patriots were meant to win, him throwing for 53 would make a lot of sense. Why? Because NFL has a 53-man roster. His life number is the flip of that, 35, and the name Tom Brady also has a gematria of 35. And this is just how it is in the scripted NFL. For those of you who just watched the game and thought it was a sincere game, I feel bad for you because what we just saw was nonsensical from the Seahawks. I don't think that they were supposed to get that last second miracle catch that got them down near the end zone. I think that was not in the script. And then I think what happened is Russell Wilson was told he needed to throw the interception there because this is the Patriots Super Bowl. That was a really bad decision. They still had a timeout. They had time for more plays. It was first and goal. And what it reminded me of is Super Bowl 47 with the 33-minute blackout where the 49ers lost to the Ravens. The 49ers got to first and goal with about a minute left, had all sorts of time to score and win. And at that point in the game, they were just dominating the Ravens. The Ravens couldn't stop the run at all. Just like how Seattle could have just ran the ball instead of throwing that interception. The 49ers could have easily ran the ball into the end zone, but instead they called 4 really dumb pass plays that all look like clones of each other, and they lost. And it just looked like a joke, just like the way the Seahawks just lost looked like a joke. And this is what I've seen for all of Tom Brady's career. He's now he's going to be regarded as one of the greatest QBs ever, and I don't think anything about his career is legit. Started with the Tuck rule, robbed the Raiders out of their Super Bowl, and, again tonight. And with regards to 49ers Ravens, that was NFC West for the 49ers versus AFC East for the Ravens AFC East, 49ers NFC West. And in this Super Bowl, it was Seahawks NFC West versus Ravens AFC East with the same type of outcome. And again, Truth Seeker, when I first realized I was wrong about the Colts being eliminated, I had the hunch that since the Patriots knocked out the Colts, and because all the tributes seemed to be for the Colts this season, I thought that boded well for the Patriots. But I still didn't want to call it based on that. But now looking back, it all lines up pretty well. And I think I got real close to reading the script from week 3 on. So that's the extent of the message, Truth Seeker. In total, we saw a lot of things come to light in this game. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. But I'm glad we passed it safely. And RIP to the owner of the New York Giants. That is sad news coming just moments before this Super Bowl kicked off. All right. Until next time, Truth Seeker.